So you want to at least be somewhat familiar with the original game before you try something like this. But this is absolutely a mod worth your time. Okay, I flipped a switch. I found a switch and I flipped it. What did that do? Let's find out. It opened that. Okay. That flipped another switch. I bet it opened that one over here. It did. Smashing ceilings. Yay. This doesn't slow down the pace of the game at all. Nope. But I am looking forward to playing through Final Fantasy VII Remake again. It's not a perfect game, and I'll talk about that in the review portion of my video when I get to. So that's what it does differently and the same as the original. So how is it as an actual game? That part. Because it's going to be a comparison between the original game and the remake, and then it's going to end with a with a the rest of it's just going to be focused on the remake as a game. So it's gonna be a review as well. And it's a good game. There's a lot to like about it. It kind of rekindled some of my love for Final Fantasy after 13 was terrible and destroyed it. Fuck 13.
Yeah, pretty much.
I don't like 13.
Seems like a lot of the newer games aren't really as well received.
I got a red key. Okay. Yeah. I also want to do a podcast. I'm trying to get Eric in for a podcast talking about E3. Wrap that up. And I'm looking forward to that, because boy do I want to bitch about some of E3, because it kind of sucked this year.
Yeah, E3s have been going downhill for the past couple years, it seems. And
Well,
this
they
is
didn't even have
definitely
one.
no exception.
They didn't even have one last year, if you remember. And then this year was just... I don't know how much of it you watched.
No, I only watched... Capcom had a thing. I watched the beginning of that for RE.
Yeah.
What else did I watch?
Capcom sucked.
Capcom's, yeah. They basically just announced that they were in development of DLC for Village.
They didn't even have a trailer.
No, they basically said, like, due to high demand. So apparently they weren't even considering making DLC. So they were basically saying, due to high demand, we're now making DLC. It's like basically all they said, and then they also talked about how that multiplayer component to Village was coming out next month. It was delayed. Like that free multiplayer game was coming out for Village. That dumb deathmatch game I played the closed beta to.
Yeah, was that any good?
It's like, I mean, I got enjoyment out of it, but it's just a very bare bones, like, deathmatch type of thing. I mean, it has like a Resident Evil twist where you collect these viral things, and the more viral things you collect during the match, like when you die, you transform into like a monster and you can kill some people. And the more vials you collect, the stronger the enemy is. But other than that, it's a very bare bones like deathmatch game, basically, like a third-person deathmatch game.
Yeah, it sounds.
It's just
like it'll get boring quick.
Yeah, yeah. Basically, I mean, it's like as bare bones as like games were back in the late '90s when it came to that sort of thing. There's like it's just basically just all you do is just kill people and then the game's over. Like start another match. I mean, that was back on the closed beta. I also played the open beta too, but even then it was still the same type of bare bones thing. So
Yeah, so hopefully it's got more than that.
they really, I think that's why it was delayed because it was supposed to come out with Village. Like if you buy Village, you basically get the game for free, but it was delayed. So I'm thinking they got a lot of negative shit obviously from the fans on like a Steam, and I'm sure on the questionnaire that came with the closed beta too. So I'm sure they added a lot more like shit to the game because I really needed something. But other than that, like I watched Capcom's thing. I can't even remember. I only watched like 2 or 3 developer like things or whatever. I watched. I don't even think the Elden Ring was announced during E3. I think it was announced during the summer games thing or whatever the fuck that happened before E3. I don't even know if that was a part of E3 itself, but I watched that.
Yeah.
Like I can't even remember what happened at E3. That's how E3
Boring.
was this year.
Like, Nintendo and Microsoft were the only ones that were even remotely worth watching, and they weren't spectacular. Like everyone's like, "Oh, Nintendo saved E3." Nah, man, they were just decent, and everybody else was so bad that it made you think highly of them. That's really, I mean, they announced Metroid Dread, and that looks awesome, and I'm excited for that because I love me some Metroid.
It's also cool seeing the new like 2D game in the series as well. Because the one on the 3DS was a remake of Metroid Prime. Yeah, not Metroid Prime. Metroid 2. That was on the Game Boy originally.
Yeah, I heard that was good.
Yeah, that's what I heard too. So it's cool seeing like a brand new like game in the series that's in that.
Yeah, this is the sequel to Metroid Fusion on the Game Boy Advance. That's how long it took them to make that sequel.
Yeah, really. Like I literally have to look up E3 2021 like announcements because I can't remember. I for some reason I can't remember shit.
I tell you what I'm
Halo
excited
Infinite.
for. Stalker.
Oh fuck yeah, Stalker 2. Yeah, duh. That's one of my
God, that
favorite.
looks so far. Like, why was there no hype for that? That looks
It's just like,
awesome.
that looks so fucking good. Like graphics are amazing.
Yeah. And I see poll after poll talking about E3, like, what's your most hyped games? And nobody mentions Stalker. And I'm like, what's wrong with you people?
I think it just goes to show that it's still a very niche game, which is unfortunate. I mean, obviously it's only a PC game, but I mean, even still, it's pretty revered in the whole like the first person like RPG like community and whatnot. But I mean, even so, I mean that looks fucking damn good.
Yeah, Stalker looks awesome.
I can't wait.
I am
That's
so excited for that one. And Diablo 2 is finally coming to consoles, so that's cool.
Yep.
With,
I can't wait for that.
With Diablo 2, what is it? What is the remaster called?
The Resurrection, I think.
Yeah, it looks awesome, and I'm super excited for it. I want to get a little bit more ammo and health. They showed off a little bit of Breath of the Wild, too.
Oh yeah, the teaser, yeah.
There was very little of it. Looks like more Breath of the Wild. That's not a bad thing.
It's like, yeah. I think they showed off. It was some kind of new mechanic with Link's arm or something.
Yeah.
Where he's gonna like one of his arms is gonna be like special. Or something, I don't know.
Halo Infinite had a much better showing this time than when they first showed it off.
Yeah. Isn't that where that meme came from?
Craig?
Yeah.
Craig the Brute, yeah.
Craig. Yeah, that's a lot. It was a lot better this time. That's for sure. No memes this time. Yeah, yeah. Really, Microsoft really did have one of the better ones. Like from Stalker 2, they showed that weird teaser for Starfield,
Yeah,
Bethesda's game.
I watched the Starfield teaser, and I know just as much about Starfield now as I did before I watched it.
Yeah, it's like we already know it's a space game, and they just showed basically like the inside, like a little portion of the inside of a spacecraft, like just like a table or something. And like, okay, we get it. It's in space. Okay, I mean the graphics look good. I guess it's in game, or I'm sure it's pre-rendered, obviously. But I mean it looks good. I mean it's been in development for fucking how long?
For fucking ever.
Fucking 5 years or some shit.
While they try to fix Fallout 70 sucks.
70 sucks. Yeah. Oh yeah. Speaking of that, they showed off I guess new DLC or new expansion for 76 where you can go to the pit now from Fallout 3. I mean that's cool because the pit is. I never actually played the pit DLC for Fallout 3, but
please play the pit. It's real.
I need to.
The searching for the ingot sucks, but beyond that, it is a really good DLC with excellent storytelling. Highly recommend that one, and I highly recommend Point Lookout. Both of them are top tier.
Yeah. I mean, I did start playing the PC version of Fallout 3, and I got through which one? I started with the Broken Steel. I got Broken Steel done. I got
Broken Steel is the ending the game deserved.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, very much so. Yeah. You also get an extra 10 levels to your level cap, which is really good.
Yeah.
The level cap at level 30 this time.
And you are godly by the time you get the
Yeah, you're pretty OP
but
at
by
that
point. You've already played through 70, 80 hours of the game, so I have no problem with you. If it takes you 70 to 80 hours to become super OP, I'm fine with that. You know?
Yeah.
At that point, you've earned the right to just murder the shit out of everything.
What else was I did Operation Anchorage. That was the first expansion at the time, but I played that. It's pretty short and sweet.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Did you convince the Chinese commander to kill himself?
Yeah,
because you could do that. That was awesome.
Yeah, I had to. That was worth it.
Yeah,
take a sword after
that was so cool. Like just the fact that you could do that.
So at that point in the game, I mean, I usually, for some reason, I always focus on speech, and I think my speech is really high.
Yeah, speech is super useful in Fallout. If you have 100 speech at the end of New Vegas, you can convince Legate Lanius to just give up and walk away.
Oh, yeah, I think I remember seeing that, but I don't think my speech was at 100 at the time. I just had to kill him the old-fashioned way.
You can skip. You can also use speech to skip by the final boss of Fallout 1 entirely.
Oh, I thought you could also do that in Fallout 2.
No, you have to fight Frank Horgan too.
Oh, you do. Oh, because I remember watching speed runs of people playing those games, and they do something like that. Yeah, I've only in Fallout 3 I only did 2 of the expansions. I'm actually in the middle of Mothership Zeta, but
Zeta I think is the weakest one. It's got the least amount of story. Like some of the stories little mini stories you can get about the people that they abducted are kind of cool.
Because you come across a literal cowboy, a literal samurai, an astronaut. I can't remember. I haven't touched it in a while. It's been a long because I got kind of sick of playing the Mothership Zeta for honestly.
Yeah,
I kind of just haven't touched it in a while.
It's my least favorite, but do the pit and do Point Lookout. You're probably high enough level that the pit should not be a problem, but I'll just go ahead and tell you, the pit is difficult. Or not the pit. The Point Lookout is difficult.
Point Lookout, yeah.
Give me that yellow key card. Yeah.
I was saving that for. I actually made an order. I was gonna play them in because I wanted to save Point Lookout for last because I think that's the headlining DLC. I think. in my eyes. And in terms of atmosphere, it always looked like the excuse me, it always looked like the headlining expansion to do it. Like in terms of order, the order to play them in.
Yeah. Okay, I can get in that. I figured there was a secret here. Fuck you, game. I can jump.
I should probably really start playing Fallout 4 again. Ever since the inspiration for dog meat died.
Oh, that's so sad.
River was the dog's name.
Yeah, River, a great German Shepherd that not only did she do the motion capture, some of her behavior, the way she acted in real life was put into the game. Like, you know how dog meat will walk ahead of you and then he'll turn around and look back at you, make sure you're still following him. Yeah, River did that. River did that in real life.
That's sad.
So rest in peace, River. You good girl.
Yeah, she's a good girl.
We all love you.
Sad.
Yeah.
Because I always use dog meat. I mean, I've been using basically the entire time in Fallout 4. I used dog meat, so in a way, I kind of knew that dog in a weird esoteric way.
Yeah, I love the way, like, I have my plenty of issues with Fallout 4, but the way Dogmeat moves and acts and the mannerisms are so realistic to real-life dogs. It's kind of awesome.
Yeah. So I don't even use, like, human companions. I always use Dogmeat. It just seems more useful. I used to use, like, Rex in New Vegas a lot. I used to use, Rex and Boone until he literally disappeared from the game because of a glitch, and then I started using Raoul.
Yeah, Raoul is the one that's Danny Trejo. That's Danny Trejo.
He's the ghoul. Okay. Okay, yeah, okay, that makes more sense now because his voice is really different from the other ghouls. Okay, yeah, I used to use him a lot. I used to, yeah, because I sent Boone to one of the casinos, and there's a game-breaking glitch where he literally just disappears from the game if you send him there, like, sometimes. Which is kind of annoying, but oh well. But either way, like in Fallout 4, yeah, I only use dog meat. Because you also get, like, an extra, like, you can get, like, a perk where you can, if you have dog meat with you, you get, like, an extra, like, 50, like, carrying weight or something.
Yeah.
So I use it. I kind of use them for that, but I also just like having dog meat with me, like just in general, not even for like combat, just to have them.
Yeah.
And it's also good that he doesn't die, because in Fallout 3, dog meat can actually like die, which kind of sucks. I think in New Vegas, Rex doesn't die. Started to fix that later on.
Yeah.
In general. For like all the companions.
Okay, what the fuck am I doing? Going the wrong way, apparently. God damn it. I hope my mic is sounding better, by the way, because I did spend some of my birthday money on a new mic. So I hope it's sounding good.
Yeah, it really is clear. It's coming in really good.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to recording a podcast on it, because we'll see how it sounds with that. But I think it'll be good.
I've been using my new mic a lot too, and I feel like it's a lot better. Yeah. So I've been using the same mic. I mean, I got the mic I've been using. I bought when I got my PS3. The mic to use online. It's just like a $5 mic from like 8 or 9 years ago. So I mean, I finally like upgraded.
Yeah. I had a mic that I'd been using that I got from a friend of mine for years, and like I said, it's got this obnoxious background buzz noise that I just could not get rid of. Okay, I figured this out. Wait. Now I can cross.
I always kind of had a feeling that it was on my end. That buzzing noise.
No, it did that with everyone.
Oh.
And attempts to get rid of it ruined the quality of the audio. And I'm just tired of dealing with it, so I finally buckled down and bought myself a new mic. And I just hope it sounds good.
Yeah, it's been sounding good.
Okay, that opened up that door. Okay. Now I can hop over here. I'm almost dead.
Oh, I didn't even know Psychonauts 2 was a thing. Oh, okay, that's news to me.
Yeah, Psychonauts 2 is the thing.
Wow.
And
I didn't even know that for some reason.
And they had a new trailer for it at E3 Microsoft press conference. My problem with Microsoft press conference is that they have a tendency to show a ton of trailers, which is good. Most of them don't have actual gameplay, which is terrible.
Yeah.
And
I just hate that in general. It's so annoying.
It is difficult for me to get excited about a game when I don't have gameplay to watch.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, like, I mean... just showing some pre-rendered cinematic, like, trailer-specific cutscene isn't going to get you excited for a game where you don't even really know what the game actually plays like. I mean, you're not buying a movie, you're buying a game.
Yeah.
So it's like, why the fuck do I want to watch this, like, scripted-ass cutscene of a trailer? And, like, I mean, yeah, just like that one Tom Clancy game, the fucking Rainbow Six Resident Evil game, whatever the fuck.
Yeah, I showed you that trailer. Doesn't that look like a fucking Resident Evil game?
Like Resident Evil Rainbow Six or whatever the fuck.
The enemies in it look like the molded.
It looked like it looked like a Resident Evil game. It's just a trailer. I mean, it's like a cutscene. I don't even know what the gameplay looks like. I mean, I could assume what it looks like, but it's like, why don't you just show gameplay? There's also this problem with a lot of games a lot of trailers I noticed where it's like almost like a pseudo gameplay trailer where they have scripted gameplay. That's also kind of a problem too.
Yeah.
I've noticed. Because there's this game, what the fuck is the game called? Ghostwire that was announced like a couple years ago, and they all the trailers I have like, it's being made by the same studio that made Evil Within, Tango Games, Shinji Mikami's studio.
I kind of like Evil Within.
It's like, yeah, I love Evil Within 1 and 2. Oh, excuse me. But yeah, but they're making a game called a Ghostwire, and it looks like it basically looks like a first-person, like Skyrim-esque type of game set in Tokyo, and you fight like these weird like supernatural enemies and shit. But like the only trailers that they have are like these weird, like scripted gameplay trailers, and we still don't know like what the game actually looks like in action. And I think that's kind of a problem because a lot of people are don't really know like what the game's about even still. I mean, it's been years since they've showed off the first initial gameplay trailer.
Yeah. Show me.
Other than that, I mean, even so, I mean, it's still good seeing even in that form, it's still a good seeing gameplay.
Yeah.
I mean, Stalker 2 trailer had that, or it had both cutscenes and gameplay, which is good to see.
Stalker 2 got me hyped as shit, though.
Yeah, really, because it still looks like Stalker. I mean, just seeing, like, walking through the zone, throwing the bolts. I mean, it's just like how it just looks like a better Stalker experience, basically, like a more refined Stalker experience. Because the original game's kind of notorious for having really clunky, like, shooting mechanics, for example, and that looks a lot better in the trailer for Stalker 2, and, like, shit like that. I think that's going to turn out really good overall. That was one of my big highlights from E3.
Yeah, I'm really excited for Stalker.